Hey guys, it's your girl DJ here to be by your side through ups and downs. I want to start this episode by making sure each one of you guys is home, healthy, safe, taking good care of your physical health as well as your mental health. And I want to thank each one of you guys for the warm virtual hugs I've been getting from you and the love and support you've been sending me through social media platforms or any podcast platform, and it just gave me a boost to continue. And I have two things to talk about before starting this episode. First, being that I will implement telling you guys next week idea, like for example next week's episode is an interview with one of my fitness friends. We will have an interview and a discussion all about fitness and his personal journey and its ups and downs. So yeah, I will be telling you guys the ideas ahead. And the second thing I want to talk about is that I have big plans for the podcast. I have amazing ideas. I have a lot of interviews and chit chat planned. I have a lot of good ideas that will help us grow as a community and a family together. So yeah, today's episode, like you saw, is about society and how society is becoming less and less human. So let's get into it. I want to start by explaining what a society is for me and how I see the society. For me, society is a place where people unite no matter their differences, no matter the point of views they have, no matter what they don't agree on. For me, humanity is where people gather and unite over their differences. And the essence of our society is humanity and empathy, and we are lacking that. We are lacking the things that build a healthy society because people only or care about themselves or don't care about themselves. We only have empathy and humanity towards the people we care about, and by care about I mean like relatives or siblings or friends, anything that we have directly talked to and we have relationship with. And that is only because it may or may not touch us, and we only care about what happens to us. We might have empathy for that person that we are related to, but in really 100% real conversation, we care about them because we might get affected by it. But seeing someone who's really in need and we don't know that person, we don't help, because if they're in need, I will not get affected. So why help? Why give time, money, or anything, food, clothes, to someone I'm not even going to be affected by? We don't think about putting ourselves in in somebody's shoes, only if there's something related to us in some way. Like if we see a homeless person, we don't think, oh my god, if I was homeless, I would like to have help, I would ask for help, I would go and to somebody and ask them if they have food, or I would work as twice as hard as I am working right now. I would do this and that just because I am homeless and I need a home, I need food. But we don't, because if there's a homeless person, yeah, okay, why am I even caring about them? And that's where the problem begins. We only care about ourselves. We are selfish. Scientifically speaking, we are the most social animal, if you will, and with all of that, we only care about ourselves. We're social but selfish. How is that even possible? Like how we care so much about ourselves and we don't care about the other. In so many religions, it is said that we should care about the other like we care about ourselves. Yet, some of us are so religious to the point they shame somebody who's homosexual and go live their life as they're religious and they have this and that rule they live by. But when it comes to helping, and no religion doesn't talk about helping the other, they don't do that. They're just religious in front of people just to clean their image. I will give you a decent example about this. A girl who's Egyptian is homosexual. She belongs to the LGBTQ community. I will not talk about her name. Some people know her in the Arab world, but I don't know outside of that. She held the LGBTQ flag, which is the rainbow flag, in a concert in Egypt. And Egypt has really strict laws about the community, the LGBTQs. It's like a big no. So she did that. She went to prison. Then she got out and she lived hell in prison. Like literally hell. Then she went to Canada to live, like to have a fresh start, I guess. And she couldn't. She literally could not live a day without thinking about what happened to her. And all of that happened to her because she likes the same sex. Because she doesn't think like the government does. She's not normal for them. And that's when she suicided. She killed herself. She took her life by her hands just because she got tortured. And why she got tortured? Because she's not straight. Because she's like different. And that's a good type of different. We should embrace who we are no matter how different we are. And that's one of many examples I know about people that got killed or killed themselves just because they're different. People who got tortured. I repeat, she got tortured in jail for years just because she is homosexual. And that's just one difference. Like there's race, there's color, there's stereotypes. And oh my god, like Arab stereotypes. I'm Arab. When I travel, they think I'm Muslim. And when they think Muslim equals terrorist. No, not every Muslim is a terrorist and not every terrorist is a Muslim. Some things happen that stereotyped that. And stereotyped all Arabs, but that's not true. Or they stereotyped everybody who's homosexual as like the devil's friend, and I have people who said that to my face when I had my friends around because I was defending some of them. And they just stereotyped the LGBTQ community as being against all of the religion and they're all going to hell. One, you are not allowed to judge anyone because of their sexuality, and if you are religious, you cannot talk about someone like that. No religion gives a human the right to talk about the other fellow human and disrespect them. And two, only God can judge if we are going to hell or heaven. You are not God, and that's sinning. You are judging a sinner, and you are even a bigger, like, I feel so like, I don't know what I feel when I see sinners judging sinners. And I'm not saying I'm not a sinner, nobody isn't, but I don't judge anyone that because of something bad they're doing. I just try and guide them to the right way if they ask for it. We are not someone who should go and talk to someone because we think they are doing something wrong. Like, for example, they're a guy and they put makeup. They might not even have a homosexuality. They might be straight and just love makeup, and that's super okay. We go up to them and like, oh my god, people are gonna say that and that, and I think you should take your makeup off because you're a guy. Yes, he's a guy. Who are you to judge them, and who are you to talk what people might say? um this is all because of the older generation. The older generation taught us so many things that are so good. Like they taught us how to respect others. They taught us lessons that we did not experience. Like we did not experience war. They taught us what happened in war. They, like, my grandma taught me how to make some food when we are in need. She taught me how to take care of my family. They gave us love and care, but they gave us racism, they gave us homophobia, they gave us sexism. I cannot believe we are in 2020 and some people are against being feminist, and not even extremely being feminist. I'm talking about supporting the woman, supporting the right of, like, a normal human being. Women and girls and ladies are human beings. They deserve as much as a guy or a man deserves. Like, we deserve the same roles, the same rights, the same food, the same everything. We are as equal as possible. We are human beings. And not only men and women have this type of superiority, I guess. Even we talk about homosexuals like they're not even humans, or about black people like they're not even humans. Honey, they are more human than you are, because they do not disrespect someone because of what they believe in. Or we talk about the atheists. If they are atheists, that's their own choice, and that's what they live by. And being atheist, that doesn't mean they're not like a decent human being. One of my closest friends is atheist. He's nice to everyone, no matter what. He gives a lot. He does really good charity work, and that's all with being atheist. And that's because he's human. He has humanity. He has empathy to others. Again, we are lacking so much that, like, we are lacking things that build a society. We are lacking being humans. I talked a lot about this because of what is happening in the world. George Floyd got killed just because he's black. So many black men and women and kids got killed just because they look threatening to police officers. And I mean, black people are so gorgeous. They're so pretty. I love their skin tone. I love what they do. I love what they stand for. Yet, people are killing them just because they're black. Like, why? Why? People are killing homosexuals because they're homosexuals. People are disrespecting them. The US president is taking their health rights just because they're trans or they're bi. Like, they are humans. We need to remember that we are all humans. We unite just because we are humans. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this first segment. And that was like a thing I wanted to talk about on Instagram, but I don't have a big of a platform there. So I really talked here. I hope we all can agree about what I said. No matter if you support the LGBTQ community or some religions or not, we all should unite and stand together no matter our differences. I know that the first segment was really long. It's almost as one of my episodes, and I wanted to be like as a chit chat with you guys. I'm pouring my heart out for you as my friends, and that's mostly because I'm disgusted of what the humans have turned into. Like, they're not humans anymore. They're a new species. I don't know what they're called, but they're not humans. And here I want to talk about why we cannot tell the other that we want more than we have. We know their response. It will be, you should be grateful for what you have, and you have a roof over your head, you have food on your table, you have healthy, like a healthy family, you are healthy. What do you want more? They say that because, one, they don't know what being successful and how to build success feels like, and they don't know anything about success, not because they're not successful or they don't have the life of someone who is okay with what they have, but they don't understand what it takes to make someone a millionaire or have the money and the success and the power somebody has. There's a YouTuber, like he's not just a YouTuber, right? He has a YouTube channel, and I love his videos because they're just straight up real. He talks about his black past and his bright present and hopefully future. His name, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, I doubt, but his name is Grant Cardin. I will link his channel down below. He talked about how people do not understand what success is. Success is not having money. Success is not having the biggest house in your neighborhood. Success is always wanting more and always being ambitious. So we should be ambitious. We should never quit, even if we fall down so many times, even if we can't stand up right away, even if it costs us a lot. He was a drug addict. He went to a place, to like a rehab, I guess, and he went out. His last day is done. He's going home. The counselor told him, you need to stop thinking about anything. You don't need to think about being a father. You need to think about doing anything except when you step outside, stop using drugs. And he said that all of his friends are drug addicts. The places he used to work at they use drugs. His girlfriend uses drugs, and his mom told him that you are not allowed in my house nor my business company or something. So, and he lost his dad at 10 and brother at 20. He just kept losing and losing and losing, but he never lost hope. He always was ambitious, and he said that he saw himself as a dark person. He saw that he's using drugs, he's going to depression. Somebody he almost lost his life because of drugs. He was he had a gun put between his eyes, and he tried to defend himself. So the person who was going to kill him hit him with the gun between his eyes, under his eyes, and on his forehead. He said that the room and the whole walls were filled with blood, even the ceiling. So he said that I almost lost my life because of something I cannot quit. But inside of me, I always saw some hope, some light. Since I was 10, I was wanting to be a good person. So I never stopped quitting. And by that, he means he always, every day, when he went to sleep, he talked to himself and said, I did not use drugs today. I did what I have to do. I did something amazing. And weeks passed, and after he stopped using drugs and he was clean for almost a month, he started building up what he always wanted. He kept being ambitious. He kept his dreams going. He always saw himself somewhere. Now he has a beautiful family of 2 kids and a beautiful healthy wife, and he has companies and money. He has a good life, but he always wants more. And he talked about how his dad worked a lot to provide for his siblings. He was one of 5 kids, and he saw his mom always having the fear of losing everything. She always had the fear of money, the fear of not being able to give her kids what they deserve: food, a home, education, clothes. So he talked about how our cultures are dealing with people installed with fear, and that's because of the world. That's because we don't know what could happen, but we always settle for things, and we always are okay with what we have. We should always we should put our goal, like, I need, let's say, $1,000 to be able to have pay my rent, have food for 3 weeks, and buy a new shirt. This is what I'm settling for. But I am forgetting that there's more than this. I need to go out. I need to have a social life. I need to have money to save. And he said that 75% to 90% of the Americans live paycheck to paycheck, because they're always not, they're settling to things. So he said that I need 10 times more than I need. So if $1,000 will provide me the rent, the bills, and food, I need 10 times more. My goal is 10 times more. I need to put higher goals and never settle for something that brings me the essentials, because we are human beings. We need more than essentials. Nobody will ever be okay with what they have. We, as human beings, we always want more, but by want more, that doesn't mean making people lose things to have more, like me to have more, but working on ourselves and building, let's say, a business, or I want to build a shop, or I want to build this and that. I would need twice as hard, even 10 times harder than I think I should. And that's because we should never settle for what we achieve. So yes, we should thank ourselves and give ourselves credit for achieving this. Yes, you are building something you always dreamed of, and you have it now, but you can grow it. You can make it bigger than you even think, and that's by always being ambitious. And for example, you are building a company, you are building it chair by chair, desk by desk, but that's okay. You are working for it. You are having sleepless nights. You are saving so much money. You are working so hard. You are thinking so much. You are drawing and adding things and doing interviews for the new employees. You are registering the thing you are building, and you're making it all perfect in your eyes, but you can grow it more. When you achieve it, you should always think that I did this, I can do even bigger things. Even in small things, I cooked a small cake, I can cook a 3-level cake in a few weeks. Even in the things that are so basic and so in our daily routines, we should always think about how we can grow it, and how this thing will go, and how we are going to benefit from it, even if it's making a small change in our house, and discovering our passion for interior design, or discovering our passion for cooking. Especially now, we have times on our hands. We have times to we have so many hours to plan things, and we can do that. We can achieve that. And success isn't something you get and you are lucky to have. Success is something you build and you work for. we have arrived to the end of this episode. I hope you found it interesting and enjoyed listening to me talking about my point of view of our society and about social work. I hope it's pretty different from my usual type of episodes, but I find that it's a pretty important topic to talk about. And don't forget to subscribe or favorite this podcast so you will get notified every time I upload a new episode. Especially next week, we will be having a very, very interesting interview with a fitness coach and instructor. We will be talking about his experience and the ups and downs in his journey. He will be answering some of the basic questions about fitness and the tips and tricks that he thinks we should all listen to. So stay tuned for that. And again, I am your weekly presenter, GJ, on your weekly every Friday at 12 p.m. KSA podcast, Ups and Downs. You can reach to me on Instagram at Ups and Downs Podcast, but the ends and downs have one D in common. Whenever you want, about whatever you want, I just want to build a strong community, so you can talk to me whenever on there. And go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have the episodes there available to be download. So yeah, I love you all. Stay safe, stay home, and most importantly, stay positive.